Yu-Gi-Oh! What is up, YouTube? This is Jeremy from Team Bio, and today, guys, I finally have that Gladiator Beast deck profile that I promised you guys all the way back when Chaos Impact first dropped. I wasn't able to get all the packs when I did open up that first video. I think I opened like 75 or 80 packs, too many packs, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all those cards for you at the time. But I have collected them all now. They're all with me, except for one that's not even a Gladiator Beast card, but I got them all. I've been building the deck, I've been testing the deck, multiple variants, and I think I found the most successful, for me, variant that is playable. So we'll just hop right into the deck profile. It is a 40 card main deck. Try to keep it as low and consistent as possible. Starting off is 3 Rescue Rabbit. For those of you who don't know what this card is, it's really old card, really simple tech effect is you banish it and you can special summon 2 vanillas from your deck. However, it does die to something like Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler, because yes, it banishes that cost, but on summon, if they Effect Veiler or Impermanence it does for some reason like carry with that, so it just won't be able to summon anything from deck. And obviously it does die to Ash. But the two of the 3 vanillas you will summon are Gladiator Beast Andals. It's just a vanilla, not much to say about it. It's big. But opening 2 of these is actually not too bad, just because you can still go into your Test Panther. I decided to play the Rescue Rabbit and Gladiator Beast Andal version as opposed to the Rescue Cat and whatever the Beast Warrior was, just because Link Spider is so great. But if you guys decide to go that route, it's perfectly fine. Next is 3 Gladiator Beast Augustus. I've seen a lot of decks only playing 2 or even 1 of this. 1 is not worth it at all. Play at least 2. For me, I've actually been testing with 3 and I found a lot of success with it. I've really enjoyed it. Yes, obviously with 3 of it, you do have a higher risk of drawing multiples and bricking a little bit more. But throughout testing, I found playing the 3 is better. I've had a lot more success with it. I've seen it when I wanted to, and sometimes I've seen it too many times when I haven't wanted it. But with 3, you are at the risk of bricking, but it gives you such great extensions. For your 1-ofs, 1 Gladiator Beast Darius. I did forget to go over with Augustus, so I'll take this back actually. When this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, it summons any Gladiator Beast from your hand in face-up defense position, and it's not once per turn. So you can summon any of your Gladiator Beasts, including Darius. When he's special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, he can target 1 Gladiator Beast in your graveyard, special summon it, and then it gets shuffled into the deck when Darius leaves the field. None of these effects are really once per turn, and all of them tag out during the end of the battle phase if they did attack, but usually trying to bring them out through other cards, other means. Next, 1 quest. When this card special summoned from a Gladiator Beast monster, you can bring back 1 Gladiator Beast card from your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this includes like more of the recent spells, any of the extra deck monsters, it just puts them back in the extra deck. Monsters just get put back into your hand. It's really good. 1 Gladiator Beast Vistari. When this card is special summoned, you have to destroy 1 trapper spell on the field. I believe it does target as well. Yes, you do have to target 1 trapper spell on the field, but if there's no targets, you do still have to activate the effect, which if someone's randomly playing Ghost Ogre, it can kind of hurt a little bit, but it is a mandatory effect, so you must activate it. Next, 1 Gladiator Beast Atorix. When this card special summoned by a Gladiator Beast monster effect, you just Foolish Burial 1 Gladiator Beast from your hand or from your deck or your extra deck, and it becomes that level. So you usually send something like your Gladiator Beast Andal. That is it for the Gladiator Beast cards. Really easy, simple lineup. 1 of everything except for your Augustus and 3 Rescue Rabbits and 3 Andals. For your supporting engine for it, though, is 3 Test Panthers. I'm really upset that I only have commons and a secret. I've seen ultis, and I've seen the price, and I got less upset about having commons and secrets. But this card's really good. I've seen a lot of lists either playing 1 or 2 of this. Not too many maxing out on 3, but I personally have found so much success playing the 3, just because of how many cards you have that get into other Gladiator Beast cards, including the Gladiator Beasts themselves. You literally have a reinforcements of the army in the deck, so why not max out on such a great card like Test Tiger? Test Tiger says if you control a face-up Gladiator Beast monster, you can special summon this card. Just a free body on the field, not once per turn. The other effect is you can tribute this card as a cost and target one Gladiator Beast monster you control and tag it out into a different Gladiator Beast, and it does count as being special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast. So let's say you have like 2 of these and a couple Gladiator, like 1 Gladiator Beast monster in your hand, like a Torix. You can normal summon your Gladiator Beast, special summon all 3 of these even, use Tiger's effect, tribute this, or tribute it, tag this out into something else like a Bistari, then use the other Test Tiger, tag this out back into a Torix. A Torix effect you can send anything like an Andal, the 3rd Test Tiger, tribute itself, tag this out for your Darius if you want, and then Darius can bring back the Andal. So it's just really good. None of its effects are once per turn, and it's just a free body on the field for link fodder. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, just really solid 1-ofs. Upstart Goblin, deck thinning, and we do play the Sky Striker engine, so it does help get spells in the grave. 1 Monster Reborn, just really good revival. Same with World Legacy Succession, and finally Instant Fusion. I never think that you should play more Instant Fusions than you do Instant Fusion targets in a deck that's super combo heavy. This is really card reliant and resource reliant, so anything more than 1 I just would not feel comfortable with playing. So that is it for the 1-ofs. Next is 3 Unexpected Die. Unfortunately, I only have 2. I've been borrowing 1 off of one of my buddies at every locals that I go to. But Unexpected Die is just really good as starter, extender, whatever. Not really much of an extender, I guess, because you can't activate it if you control a monster. But if you have something like this in your Sky Striker Hornet drones, you can activate this and chain your Hornet drones. Even if on resolution of Hornet drones you do have a monster on field, this will still resolve because you did have no monsters when you activate it initially. So you gotta summon your Andal from your deck. Next, Gladiator Beast's Comeback. This is a Gladiator Beast card, so you can search this off of your Test Panther, which is really nuts. It's a Monster Reborn or just a free special summon from your graveyard or your hand, not once per turn. What it says is if you can just special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or graveyard whose type is different than any other type of monster you control. So what's great about this deck is we have like Sea Serpents, Beast Warriors, even regular Beast, Reptiles even sometimes. Not Reptiles. Yeah, I guess Sea Serpent is Reptile, but Winged Beast, Beast Warriors, Beast. It's all over the place with its types. So resolving this card is not too hard. Next, 3 Proving Ground. This is literally reinforcements of the army. Sadly, Test Tiger or Test Panther can't search this card, but it doesn't matter. It's reinforcements of the army. Add 1 level 4 or lower Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. So Sky Striker engine, I've been really liking a lot. It's just really good starter, and it can be an extender even. Just based off of like if you link into your Test Tiger, if you do manage to get 3 spells in your graveyard, you can activate this. Search for something like your Hornet drones or even your Eagle Booster. We play Hornet drones just because we play Link Spider in our extra deck, so we can activate the Link Spider, summon the token, link the token off into Link Spider. Link Spider's effect summon like Andal in our hand if we draw it, and then Eagle Booster just protects our Test Panther from hand traps. Next up is 3 Gladiator Rejection. This is not a Gladiator Beast card, so we do for sure have to max out on 3 of it. It is a once per turn effect. You can activate multiple copies in 1 turn, but you can only activate the effect once per turn. Is when you special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster with a different type than that monster. And then Gladiator Beast monsters you control can't be targeted by card effects unless it's during the battle phase. Or your opponent can't target them with card effects unless it's during the battle phase, which is really good. Sadly, it doesn't protect your Link monsters, but the fact that you can special summon off of, let's say you activate Rescue Rabbit, or you summon Rescue Rabbit, activate this, activate Rescue Rabbit's effect, banish itself, summon 2 Andals, it will trigger this since a Gladiator Beast monster did get special summoned from your deck. You get a special summon 1 with a different type that's not a beast. And then finally, since we are a combo heavy deck, we play 3 Call by the Grave just because hand traps hurt quite a bit. That is it for the main deck. Next, for the extra deck, we do play 1 Gladiator Beast, Dalmantius. I have no clue how to pronounce this card's name, but it's such a beast card. Gladiator Beast pun. But it says once per turn when your monster, or when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate the activation and destroy it. So it's just a free monster negation. No anything behind it, no cost, just negate it for free and destroy it. Its other effect is a continuous effect pretty much. It says if your opponent monsters would declare an attack, you get to choose who they attack. And he's 3,500, so he's a beefcake. You just make all your opponent monster crash into him. And then if he was involved into a battle, at the end of the battle phase, you can shuffle him back into the extra deck and special summon one Gladiator Beast from your deck. So he's just really good. Solid one of. I would never play more than one of him, just because I feel like it's overkill to try to play more than one of him. But that's just my personal opinion. Next, Gladiator Beast Heraclinos. This is actually the main reason I didn't get Secret Rare Rescue Rabbits or Ultimate Rare Test Panthers, is because I wanted Ulti Heraclinos. But he just says not once per turn, if your opponent activates a trap or spell, you can discard a card, negate the activation. And I believe it destroys it. I don't know, it's really old wording, but he's just free spell and trap negation by discarding a card. So that's just absolutely absurd. Next, 2 Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor. This card is really good. It just requires 2 level 8 or higher Gladiator Beast monsters. It says once per turn, like while this card's face up on the field, once per turn you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your extra deck. That's pretty much all you have to worry about, because you're not going to enter battles with this card usually unless you're going for the OTK. It does say that if a Gladiator Beast monster attacks, you can target that one and tag it out, but they all have their own effect like that. And at the end of the battle phase, this also specials 1 Gladiator Beast monster from your deck by tagging it out. But you're usually just using it for the special summon 1 from your extra deck and just ending on a whole lot of negations. Next, 1 Gladiator Beast Galaxies. When this card's special summon, you just get to pop 2 cards on the field. It's absolutely nuts. Thousand Eyes Restrict for your instant fusion target. Just eat it up, then use this and 1 normal summoned Gladiator Beast. Link those into your Test Panther, because Test Panther is very generic and it's absolutely crazy. That is it for the fusions. Links, 1 Link Spider. He's just really useful randomly. 2 Test Panther. This card's like absolutely nuts for this deck. On summon, it searches for any Gladiator Beast card, which there's multiple of. You might have noticed that I don't play War Chariot in my main deck. I just felt like it was unnecessary because we can end on Heraclinos or other spell and trap negations. But Test Panther is just really good. It has the other effect where you can target 1 Gladiator Beast monster, tag it out just like Test Tiger, and it does count as being summoned from a Gladiator Beast monster's effect. So he's just really good. And 2 downward pointing arrows. There's nothing worse, nothing better you could ask for, I should say. Next, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, just generic spell and trap removal. I know you have it with Gladiator Beast Bastari and Gladiator Beast Galaxies, but you can never have too much back row hate in this deck. Other links, 1 BLS Super Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Not Super Soldier, but he's just really good because we do run high level monsters, so you can get that protection from being targeted. And he's just really good at getting rid of other cards, like if you attack, you can banish another problematic card on the field. So he's just really good. Next, Appaloosa. I decided to cut Saruja for Appaloosa just because, I mean, everyone knows I love Saruja, but Appaloosa is actually more reasonable to summon just because it does end up with more monster negations. And even if you do use up all her monster negations, you still usually do end with your Damantius or whatever his name is. So even if she does get down to 0, your opponent's going to forget about the Damantius effect, where you can target or choose where your opponent targets their attacks for. So they'll enter their battle phase with like something with 800 attack, and they're like, all right, I'm going to declare an attack. You're like, all right, I'm going to use Damantius. You're going to hit him, and you're going to take 2700 attack or 27 damage. So she's just really good. And then next is Boros Sword, just going in for those quick cheesy OTKs if you can't end with multiple fusions on the field, which it's not too hard to, but I have found certain scenarios where I have needed a Boros Sword, and with how flexible this extra deck is, the only thing you really do need to summon or to have in the extra deck is the Gladiator Beast fusions and Test Panthers and Link Spider. Aside from that, the rest of this is just pretty much whatever you want. Boros Sword is just really good generically, though. Next, finally, rounding off is 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Hope Harbinger. As you guys know, Abyss Dweller is just insane in this format, and how many level 4s this deck has is just absurd, so making Abyss Dweller is really easy. And then Hope Harbinger is actually really easy too, because you can make Hope Harbinger with your Augustus and even your Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor, because they are both level 8s. So it's just more spell and trap negation. So if you don't have any cards in hand, you can still use the Tamer Editor to summon your Heraclenos from the deck, which is also a level 8. Overlay that in the Augustus for this, and he pretty much does the same thing, just no trap negation. So that is actually going to be it for the deck profile, guys. Just tell me what you guys thought of the deck profile. If you're interested in seeing any other kind of deck profiles, I know a lot of you want to see 6 Samurai deck profiles, but we haven't got general yet, so I'm not going to release the deck profile. But yeah, that is going to be it for the deck profile. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Remember to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends, spread some Yu-Gi-Oh! Love around the community, and I will talk to you guys later.
Wreckognize when I wreck a mic, leaving all y'all mesmerized. Killing instrumentals, but nobody wanna testify. In his prime, I think someone better check the guy. Always spitting heat, the beat gon' be hard to identify. Stress minds and wreck mics and leave with the best lines. My sex life is great cause I spit like a Tech 9. Stomp competition, beat them with the lead pipe. Sleep on you rappers just like it's my bedtime. You already know that old big bro from the west side. Got you hoes smoking on my flow like a meth pipe. Forever cold, I'll eat your soul like a death site. Headed to the top, shining brighter than a headlight. You better recognize, I'm about to go off, putting on a show and I ain't even trying to show off. Here's the red dot, the shot, and kill Rudolph. Call me James Bond, cause I killed it with a suit on.